Hello everybody, Belinda here. I'm going to show you, actually first of all, I wanted to show you these and how beautifully they've dried. So those are my previous bloom pours with my recipe. And this is the other beauty, which is also dried exceptionally well. Just absolutely love those cells. Okay, let's put these aside. So those haven't been varnished yet. Right, so we're going to start with the colors I'm using today. And also, this is my recipe. So I'm using burgundy and fluorescent blue, fluorescent yellow, and titanium white. So let's start with the titanium white. Actually, bring those back again. So I just eyeball. So I'm going in with the titanium white. It's probably about a tablespoon. And this one I'm going to mix up anyway, because that's going to be for my base coat. So I use quite a bit in there. Use that lid. So that's the Derivan, which I'm not sure where it comes from. Probably Australia. Right, so next, make sure you shake up your floatrol really well. I'm just covering the floatrol first, which is probably about a tablespoon, just to get the mixture, you know, everything mixed together properly. So this titanium white seems to be a bit thinner than my normal white. Well, my normal titanium white. So probably, I would say, the floatrol's a little bit more than a tablespoon, but just to cover your paint. I'll show you the consistency, if you can see it. It's pretty thick. Then to it, I'm going to add my house paint, which is a white semi-gloss. I have finished all of my Deco Art satin enamel. Now you can feel free to put your Deco Art satin enamel into this, and then remember it's going to be thicker. This, on the other hand, is actually thinner than the Deco Art, so I'll just put about a teaspoon in there. Right, and then mix it up all real well. And to that, I'm going to add the Liquitex Professional Gloss Medium and Varnish. Again, a teaspoon is more than enough for that amount of paint. Okay. So in this, actually, let's do this. So that's my yellow. I don't really want too much. And then I have fluorescent blue. And that is quite a bit thicker than that yellow. And then I'm going in with the burgundy. I love burgundy. Now it doesn't really matter what brands of paint you use. I have a whole selection of different brands. Now you would stick to my finger now, wouldn't you? Let me just get rid of this thing. So the reason why that stuck to my finger was because, see, now this paint is quite a bit thinner. It's because of that Liquitex pouring medium. Right, now let's set that one aside. Let's start this side. So again, I'm using, actually that's pretty thin. If you find that your paint is very thin, like this one for example, just use more paint and less Floetrol. It all works out the same at the end of the day. So to that I'm going to add not even a tablespoon, because I want it to be pretty thick. And if you find it too thin, add more paint. So you can see it's leaving a mound. Okay, so that's that one. Mustn't get that one mixed up. And then we'll go in with the blue. I'm just covering it again. So normally I would mix my paints 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint, even for the very thick consistency. But I'm just finding that these little paints that I have bought are quite a bit thinner. But that would be for, yeah, for any other pour really. So that is very thin. So I'm going to add some more paint. Seems to be thick coming out the tube, unless the first bit that came out was actually, yeah, I think it was very thin. That is much better. Again, it's leaving a little mound. It's like a little mound on a mound. And then the yellow, we'll just cover that. As long as you're getting the consistency right, that is what is important. Now I know that normally these fluorescent colors are actually, for some reason, they're quite a bit thinner than the other colors. Check that consistency. Yep, it's almost there. Right, and now for the white. So this is the base. So at first I'm just going to cover all of that and mix it all up, just so I can get a smooth consistency. That is very thick and pretty much almost stand the stick up. So I'm going to add, so you're probably using about, this is probably already a 2:1 ratio, 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint. Right, so that is about 3:1 for the base, because you want the base to move around a bit. Okay, so into that is my base. I'm going to add more, a bit more, probably about a tablespoon for that amount of paint of, you probably would be using, you can either use this house paint or this is just a touch-up paint really, or you can use the B.A.D satin enamel, whichever, they're both the same. And just mix that in really well, and now where decisions are made. So I have these three, and only in one of your colors do you add silicone. So this is really not a lot of color, not a lot of paint. So I think I'm going to put my silicone, just one drop. Decisions in the burgundy. One drop. So as you can see, there's no fancy stuff that you're using. You don't have to go rush out and buy anything. So I think I must make a decision on what colors to go first. Let's do this. Where's my little cups? Get those guys here. These cup stories always remind me of that thing where they do that game where they pick up all the cups. They try and go as fast as they can. Okay, so I'm just going to cover this with my white, I do want the sides to be covered as well. So while I'm just stretching it out, I'm just going to go around and cover the edges. So I'm going to leave a good amount of paint on the top, because that's where we're going to use to stretch. Okay, looks good. There's one of these guys. So we want to put more of that there, and that would be the base. Then I'm going to go in with some blue. Whoopsie, really had an accident. Decisions. Maybe I go in with the burgundy. I remember the burgundy, which is my colour I've chosen for the 1 drop of silicone. That should be plenty. And then, just to be a little different, and to separate these colours out, I'm just going to put a tiny bit of this. So that is the Soul Maker, the Bloom recipe. Let's put quite a bit of this yellow in. So I want the centre to be quite striking. And then the bloom again. Put a tad more of that on. And a little drop of that blue. So I'm going to try and blow with this thick straw instead of picking up painting. I blew that right off. Just turn that around. Lost my cup. Wow, that is gorgeous, just the way it is. So I'm just waiting for these bits to come together. Okay, so let's stretch this. Hasn't quite come together yet. just looking really, really beautiful. So delicate. I don't really want to stretch this out too much more because I think what I have here, the way it is gorgeous. Do we want to get a little bit off center? Wow. Sorry about the lawnmower, guys, not my lawnmower. Unfortunately, it must be some neighbors taking the opportunity in the beautiful sun to mow their lawn. Wow. Okay guys, I'm going to give this a torch and then I'm going to bring you in for a close-up. I'm just touching up these corners, these edges. Okay, let's torch this. Don't want to keep you guys in any more suspense. I like to torch the edges as well, especially when I'm using these deep canvases, so all of those little cells on the sides will pop up too. Okay, I'm just going to let this sit for a little bit and then I'll bring you in. Alright, so this has been sitting for, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes, just been touching up the edges, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I'll show you the sides. Now I did not do the Shelee course. I have enough experience to figure it all myself. You know, with all your pours that you do sort of get some of these results anyway. So, you know, you just put 2 and 2 together, then you just put that light off. Yeah, look at that. It is so beautiful and so delicate. I'm just hoping that that pink part there that kind of looks like a horn doesn't drop off the edge. You see all the lacing going on. I love this. Gorgeous. Alright guys, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.